Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Choco the Chocobo here, and I am here with a gun setup video for you guys. Now this is going to be about the Bizon. This is an SMG. It's, I think, the first one on the list. And to go over kind of like what's on it real quickly, I have extended mags, foregrip, and I'll explain that later. And the perks are Sleight of Hand, On the Go, Resilience, I think it's called, the fall damage one, ICU, Tack Resist, Gambler, and Hardline. I'm running support streak because I'm kind of also doing Operation on. I wouldn't mind getting Long Kiss Goodnight at all, because I really want that darn thing, and it's just not coming to me. But yeah, so Bizon, let's kind of just talk about this gun. Now, again, this is not a technical discussion by any means, right? I'm not trying to tell you guys about the RPM and stuff like that. Other people do great work in this area in terms of like, not science obviously, but like, well, it's kind of sciencey. But yeah, a lot of other people have great discussions about the guns in much more technical depth than I ever really could / would want to. And for that reason, I'm not going to do that. But what I will say is that this is probably one of my favorite setups for, and by the way, I'm doing this live, so if you hear me just like stop talking, it's because I'm trying to focus really hard and it's questionable. But yeah, this down here. Oh, coming. Are they coming? No, they're not. Thought they were coming. Oh, now they're coming. Ah! Anyways, sorry, I was like really focused there for a minute. I was like, what the? Anyways, so let's talk about the way the gun is set up and kind of like the way the gun works. The Bizon, SMG, so obviously very on the go feeling. And what's more is the gun itself shoots ridiculously quickly. It's only bested by, I think, the CBJ, and the CBJ is only really there, honestly, for, like, the armor-piercing gimmick. I don't really like the gun very much. It's not a bad gun by any stretch, but what happened to my other care pack? Oh, did it land on the roof or something weird? No, it's up there. Never mind. I'm retarded. Alright, let's call it my chopper. There's a set. Man, Anyways, yeah, gun, meant to be on the move, shoots really quickly, only bested by CBJ in its class, I believe. And it is also a incredibly, and I mean incredibly forgiving gun. This gun I would describe as forgiving because of the fact that it really tries to it tries to give you every possible opportunity to win. The only kind of engagement that I think that this gun is not really, like, excellent in is if you get into extended, like, a really extended, like, long-range combat, or if it's a drawn-out fight. If it's a drawn-out fight, I would not expect you to win that fight with this gun, just because even with Sleight of Hand, the reload is pretty beastly. Now, you should bear in mind, if you guys are on Xbox or whatever, or if you know how to reload cancel in Call of Duty games, I personally, number one, I don't know how to do that. Number two, I wouldn't do that because, again, I'm like really weird and I'd rather play it like all vanilla. But that being said, woo, hello, yes, hello. But that being said, this gun has a beastly reload time. I mean, it feels really slow to me. It's definitely slower than other SMGs. But that being said, it has a huge clip, 54 bullets with extended mags, like you can see here. And that's huge, right? Like, let's say it takes you 6 bullets to kill a man. That's 9 people you can gun down if you're perfectly accurate. If you're not perfectly accurate, you're still talking about a ridiculous number of people you can put down, just by virtue of the fact that you have enough bullets to throw at them. Like, it's really kind of scary, actually. It's almost unreasonable, like how absurd that is. But yeah, I think it's fantastic. And I knifed him? Really? Okay, I'll take it. But yeah, gun's incredible for running and gunning, and the foregrip makes this thing an aim beast. Now, I know foregrip kind of makes any gun kind of like an accurate beast, but this gun is particularly accurate. Like, it will not budge from your reticle, like, at all. Like, you can see here, that is, I'm not moving, I'm not compensating at all. It's so controlled, and all you need is just a little bit, like a tiniest bit of gun control, and it will always be on target, and the spread is phenomenal. It's also one of the few guns I would recommend you always ADS on, because it is just not a gun that, I mean, hip spray isn't bad by any means. Like, it's pretty wide spray, actually. And you'll still see me use hip spray. It's just that, like, even for me, I kind of recognize the whole thing of to not ADS with this gun is like a sin. Like, it's sad. Because the gun performs so well with ADS on, it kind of makes you wonder why you wouldn't. Nope, let's see if I can get Lonka's good night. And as for the perks, obviously to your taste, right? Like, everyone's gonna have a little bit slightly different preference of, well, I like to, you know, run my classes with, you know, I don't know, off the grid and crap. And there's nothing wrong with that. Darn it. Alright, I'm gonna make this an extended episode just because I was not happy with my performance on the thingy. But, and plus we have all the perks to talk about, so I'll make it a twofer. But anyways, yeah, the perks. I guess actually this will work out because I can go back to the screen. It'll be all groovy and stuff. But yeah, I went 26 and 5. Not like horribly amazing, but I mean for me it's like not bad at all. So yeah, it works. That being said, let's talk about perks, right? So we talked about the attachments. We talked about the gun itself. Let's talk about the perks, as well as I guess like what you can have on it. Now you'll see here I dropped all these things. I think the Bizon by itself works fine. There's very few circumstances where I think that you can justify having a secondary on a Bizon just because you have 54 bullets with extended mags. Like, if you drop the extended mags, I forget how much you go down to. I don't know, what would you, I don't know. Anyways, but like, you still have like an absurd number of bullets. Like, it's not really terribly necessary to have a sidearm. It's pretty unlikely. And if you're bad at gunplay, your switching of weapons may not be on par. So I just kind of generally disqualify secondaries. The lethals, I could see a potential there if you want to drop, like, let's say Gambler or something, or Resilience if you're pretty confident that you're not going to jump on roofs. I mean, that's again personal preference. IEDs could be handy. Tacticals, again, same thing. It might be handy for you to have it. I personally don't, just because I'd rather have another perk in there. But that's fine. Sleight of hand, absolutely necessary. This gun it demands that you have sleight of hand at all times, so your reload time is minimalized, so you can always, your uptime of the gun is almost perfect. And the nice thing is with on the go, those two synchronize so well in terms of you're running at the speed of light. Well, I mean, well, not at the speed of light necessarily, but like you're running really, really fast, and then you're also going to be able to reload the gun much quicker, and your uptime is going to be incredible. You'll be ready for the next fight faster. Now, if you're really, really good, you may want to consider ready up, stuff like that, where you pull up your sight faster, where you're able to aim down the sight and get ready to line up the next shot. That is a possibility, and I don't know why I missed all those bullets. That was actually kind of embarrassing. And I mean, like, on game times like Cranked and stuff, this will change, right? Because you don't have to equip, like, Sleight of Hand and stuff like that, because once you get the first kill, you're golden. But for TDM, which, I mean, at least on PC, I'm pretty sure it's the same for all platforms, but TDM being as popular as it is, this is a solid setup to go. It's just, I think it's just the right mixture of, if you're not necessarily sprinting around, like let's say that you're in a very close quarter map, like, you know, Strike Zone, or, or let's say that you were in that one map where it's like a lab or something. I don't even know what it is. But yeah, if you're in that map, or any map where it's just really close quarters feeling, it can be really, really nice just to have that flexibility of, you know, I don't want to use it on Marathon. I don't want to use it on Lightweight. Although Lightweight is pretty beastly with this gun because you move friggin' fast. But if you don't want those mobility perks, like straight up mobility perks, it sometimes it feels nice just to have the on the go sleight of hand, just so you can keep your gun up all the time. It's just really handy. That being said, the reason for Gambler is just because, I mean, number one, I kind of get a high from it, to be honest. I feel exhilarated whenever I get Deadeye. I'm like, yes! I got the ultimate value deal. I got the freaking 5-point perk for 1 perk point. I am a scumbag of epic proportions. Wah! In the corner. But yeah, that's why I run Gambler and Hardline. Even if I wasn't going for operations, the streaks in this game, like, no matter what kind of gamer you are important. If you're a really high-end, like, high-tier gamer, or you're going for something really ambitious, like Chem and stuff like that, you will need Hardline, just because, like, well, I mean, you may not need it if you're, like, a freaking flawless gamer, but, if you are, like, just, you know, really trying for something, like, high in terms of gun streaks, gun kill streaks, I think is what I was trying to say, but I freaking went dyslexic, and then, always behind me, darn it. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Or you're just kind of going for some basic things. Like, let's say you're really struggling in this game. You're like, man, I can barely get on a streak. I have to go support, and it's just frustrating because, you know, I wanna be able to go for those high kill streaks, man. Then Hardline Pro will help you out so immensely, because it not only does it reduce it just by one, which everyone's kind of like, man, it's 1 point, like, how big of a deal could that be? But you're also going to be having like a little bit of more help from the fact that your assists will count, right? Knife an enemy wearing a ghillie suit. That's really okay. But yeah, again, this recoil is absurd, like, absolutely crazy. If I honestly think, and this is just like speculation, I think LMGs will still outclass it no matter how you pull it, but this gun could actually be pretty good at taking down aircraft and crap like that. With armor piercing, I could imagine this kind of thing. But regardless of all that, and my gunplay is awful. But regardless of all that, there is definitely, woohoo, Sailor, you just came after me. Let's see this. You are just all over me. Oh, come on. Pincer formation. But anyways, yeah, it's just damn team. Anyways, the hardline, all that stuff. Let's see what else is there. Resilience. I end up falling a lot, like right there. The crunching of bones also kind of like mortifies me, but with resilience on, I don't know, you just don't have that much health to work with. So like falls actually matter, I think, a lot more in this game. In the past, it's pretty forgiving in that you regenerate, I think, faster. I'm not sure if that's actually true, but it feels faster. And in general, you're not looking at what? Okay. But in general, you're not looking at situations where you have the luxury of like bleeding out from anything else in this game. Like if you're tagged up at all, like snipers will just take you out with one shot, and a good number of the sniper rifles, which is absurd. But that being said, where'd you get picked off from? I saw one scampering over there. But yeah, I mean, I think resilience or whatever it's called is actually really handy, just because of the fact that you don't have it reduces the number of sources you take damage from, which is handy. Although I could see someone like switching out like maybe Gambler and that for a more definite like advantage that's consistent. I know consistency is an important thing in this game, just because like you need to be able to count on certain things. I prefer actually a more varied gameplay, just because it keeps me on my toes, and I don't know, I think it's more fun. So that's kind of my philosophy on why I do what I do. I do what I do, what I do, what I do. But anyways, I think that's all the perks I have on, right? I think so. I'm not 100% sure about. Whoa! You son of a gun. Why have I not called you in yet? Oh my god. How much death is about to occur? There's a flippin' dog right there. There's a mother flippin' dog. Is that a Loki? It is a Loki! What the crap? What? I got a Loki? No kidding. Alright, let's go on a Loki. Alright, let's draw some death. Alright, let's see here. Wish you could friggin'
Target kill.
Aw, I failed my thing.
Enemy SATCOM spotted.
Fell on a juggernaut. Huh. Well, I saw one scampering around. Oh, we got another scamper. Darn it, Loki, move faster.
Target obliterated. Target killed. Vest ready for deployment. Target down. Care package on your mark. SATCOM uplink
Oh, great.
enabled.
Man, Loki's amazing.
Target
He's so much
killed.
fun.
Target obliterated. Safety offline.
What even am I saying? We're losing though. What the crap, man? Come on. Team, you're letting me down. Sorry, I've only used the Loki twice now. I just never equipped the darn thing. I probably could get it in like some gameplays, but still. That was bizarre. But anyways, yeah. That was the long-winded, extremely long-winded version of the Bizon. And I think just because there's so much crap in here, I'm gonna do like a recap thing after I get through all these menu screens and stuff like that. Just because it'll probably be helpful. Anyways, again, like my score, it's not bad. Granted, some of them were from the Loki and stuff like that, but I did die once because of the Loki. So you can't completely fault that. But anyways, gun, I highly recommend it. I'm not gonna give it a rating or anything like crazy like that, but again, here's a setup that I use. I think this is really handy, especially if your gunplay isn't great. Let's see, the TLDR version, good mobility class, very handy for the TDM game type. Perks that I'm running right there, as you can see them. Foregrip for better accuracy in terms of the gun will almost never move. Extended mag to make your ridiculous mag size even more ridiculous, so you'll never have to put it down. And these streaks, again, to your taste. If you're struggling to get even like 3 kills, by all means, go on support. Go and fulfill your destiny to be the world's greatest short streak killer. If you are able to get more kills, you just like having things rain down death upon you, or around you, not upon you, because that would be bad. But then you might go assault, and then obviously if you're really confident in your gunplay and you just want to go like absolutely ham with the thing, you can go specialist. But anyways, this is my TDM Bizon thing. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Let me know if how I can improve this, because this is my first time around doing this kind of stuff. So just let me know in the comments below and how you feel about it and all that good stuff, and I'll see you in other videos. Ciao for now.